Blue death mouse poison is commonly used to eliminate mice and rodents. Also known as rodenticides, it is highly toxic and effective. They are made of multiple active ingredients that are highly toxic to all animals and humans too. Exposure to these chemicals should be kept at a minimum because they are dangerous and could lead to organ failure, internal bleeding, paralysis, coma, and death. What is blue death mouse poison? Generally, rat poison compiles anticoagulants, better known as blood thinners, responsible for more than 50% of rodenticide-related deaths each year. In the 1950s, the first rat poison, warfarin, hit the market. Unfortunately, rodents quickly became resistant to it. As a result, super-strong rat poisons were created with more prolonged effects, and they are 100 times more toxic. The two superheroes responsible for most of the rodenticide poisonings in humans are bromadiolone and brodifacoum. Blue death mouse poison is among the rat poison products that contain blue or green dye to help quickly identify them when a pet or a child touches or consumes them. This helps save life soon because you can be able to tell what one has ingested. This blue rat poison is also easily identified when you keep it in the area you target the mouse to keep any humans or pets away from it. Among the many brands of rat poison available in the market today, you are likely to encounter these brands as some of the most effective in rat poison. Tomcat bait chunks, it contains bromethylene and is administered as a single-dose pesticide. This only needs to be ingested once, and the mouse is dead. Havoc rodenticide bait, it contains brodifacoum and is an anticoagulant pesticide. Bell Contract Rodent Control, an anticoagulant that contains bromadiolone. Neogen rodenticide, this anticoagulant has difascinone. ZP Tracking Powder, this indoor rodenticide contains cholecalciferol. What is blue death? Is it related to mouse poison? Blue death is a method that uses mouse poison to eliminate them. Poisons work well, especially when you are targeting many mice around the same area. If you have tried traps and the mice seem to know them and keep away, it's time to eliminate them with the poison. Modern poison formulas are based on either the anticoagulant properties or disruption of the nervous system. Once ingested by the mouse, the anticoagulant causes severe internal bleeding that causes the mouse's strategy to go into shock and cause blood loss. After consumption, the mouse feels no pain, but it succumbs within no time. This is known as blue death. In the blue end, the nervous system disrupts the rudimentary electronics of life, and it shuts down. The mouse is silenced once and falls. These poisons are hazardous, and as you administer them, you must exercise caution. Keep the pets, children, and other wildlife away, so they don't consume them. Wear gloves always when distributing the poison, and wash them with soap and water afterward. How rat poison works. Almost all rodenticides in the market comprise anticoagulant compounds. After the rat ingests this poison, it prevents blood from clotting, resulting in excessive internal bleeding. Some rat poisons are lethal after only one exposure, while others require multiple doses to kill. It usually takes 4 to 14 days of a rodent feeding on them for death to occur. Secondary poisoning is an issue that primarily affects pets, wildlife, and farm animals as well. An example of this is when a pet cat eats a mouse that has already been poisoned using rodenticide. Here's how they work. Bromethylene is a neurotoxin causing cell death in the central and peripheral nervous systems. If a pet consumes bromethylene, it may experience signs like vomiting, seizures, losing control of its legs, or get into a coma. This occurs at least 8 to 12 hours after consumption. Anticoagulants cause internal bleeding that goes unnoticed for several days after exposure. Pets that have ingested include trouble breathing, seizures, lethargy, shaking, bleeding from the gums, bloody stool, and abdominal swelling. Zinc phosphide is a substance that turns into gas after consumption. It cripples the body's major organs. Toxicity signs in pets include pacing, anxiety, weakness, and convulsions 4 to 18 hours after exposure. Cholecalciferol is a form of vitamin D leading to calcium toxicity, heart failure, and kidney damage. Signs of poisoning include vomiting, loss of appetite, frequent urination, and depression from 12 to 36 hours after exposure. Strychnine is a compound that triggers severe seizures that inhibits breathing. In animals, seizures are the primary symptom, and they start 15 minutes to 2 hours after exposure. Ingestion is not the only form of exposure for these rat poisons. Warfarin, one of the most poisonous death mouse poisons, is the only one that is highly toxic when either inhaled or ingested. Warfarin is also highly toxic when ingested and has low toxicity associated with touching or breathing it. Note that difascinone, bromadiolone, rodificum, and bromethalin are toxic to the touch and quickly absorbed into the skin. Be careful to protect your eyes when working with rodenticides. Most of them can cause mild to moderate eye irritation. Conclusion: if you see rats living in your home, it's best first to try to use natural deterrents like peppermint oil or rat traps before introducing rat poison. Rat poison is highly toxic to animals and humans alike, whether touched, smelled, or ingested. It is best to avoid it by all means. Rat poisoning can be lethal, but one major setback is that the symptoms do not always appear right away. Should any of your family or your loved ones come in contact with rat poison, do not wait for symptoms to show. Take a clear picture of the rat poison package or carry it with you to the healthcare provider to see it. Go to the nearest ER right away and get help as fast as you can. Poisons of any kind, even labeled non-toxic, potentially carry harmful effects if ingested by pets, adults, or kids. The best way to ensure your family's safety is to keep all these poisons away from anybody's reach. Lock them up in a lockable cupboard away from anyone. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.